Welcome to my Thailand stories. Most men who visit Walking Street know what they're getting into. Trevor thought he did too. Warehouse supervisor from Birmingham. Practical guy. Not naive. But Fern wasn't like the others. She was real, honest about her struggles. Didn't play games. He helped her for 8 months. £43,000 for her mother's treatment. For her new life away from the bar. Then he saw her photo. In a place he never expected. If you've ever been absolutely certain you were different, this story will shake you. Hit like and subscribe for more. Let's get into it. My name's Trevor. I'm 44, been working at the same warehouse in Erdington for 19 years. Supervisor now. Decent money. Steady work. The kind of job where you know exactly what you're doing every single day. I like that. Routine. Predictable. We were stuck in the house together for 3 months and realised we couldn't stand each other. No kids. Just 2 people who'd run out of things to say. We split the house sale 50-50. I moved into a flat in Sutton Coldfield. She moved to Wales with her sister. That was that. After everything opened back up, my mate Craig kept going on about Thailand. Said I needed to get away, clear my head, have some fun. He'd been to Pattaya twice. Loved it. Said it was mental but in a good way. I told him I wasn't interested in prostitutes. He laughed. Said it wasn't like that. Well, it was, but it was also just a good time. No judgment, no pressure. Just drinks and laughs and forgetting about life for a bit. So in January 2023, I booked 2 weeks. Craig came with me. We stayed in a hotel near Beach Road. Walking distance to everything. The nightlife, the bars, the chaos. The first few nights we just wandered. Went to different bars, beer bars mostly. The kind where girls sit outside and wave at you. We'd sit, have a drink, chat with whoever. No pressure, no expectations. It was all right. Bit awkward at first, but after a few nights I got used to it. That's where I met Fern, a bar called Lucky Star. Small place, open air. Red lights, 6 or 7 girls working. She was sat in the corner. Not waving, not shouting. Just sat there on her phone. I noticed her because she wasn't trying. Everyone else was working the crowd. She was just existing. I sat down. Ordered a beer. She looked up. Smiled. Not a big smile. Just a normal one. Like you'd smile at someone in a queue at Tesco. I asked if she worked there. She said yes. Asked if I wanted company. I said sure. She sat next to me. We talked. Her English was good. Better than most of the other girls I'd met. She asked where I was from. I told her Birmingham. She didn't know where that was. I explained, middle of England, near London, but not London. She nodded. Asked what I did. I told her I worked in a warehouse. She asked what that meant. I explained. Moving stock. Managing orders. Boring stuff. She said it didn't sound boring, sounded important. I laughed. Told her it wasn't important. Just work. We talked for an hour. She told me her name was Fern. She was 28. From a village near Buriram. Came to Pattaya 3 years ago. Needed money. Family was struggling. This was the best option. She wasn't proud of it. But it paid better than anything else she could do. I asked if she liked it. She said no. But what choice did she have? Go back to the village and work in the fields for 200 baht a day. Stay here and make 2,000 a night? Easy choice. Hard life. But easy choice. I liked her honesty. Most of the other girls I'd talked to played it up. Acted like they loved their job. Loved meeting foreigners. Loved everything. She didn't. She was just real about it. I respected that. Craig came over. Asked if I was all right. I said yeah. He winked. Said have fun. Went off with another girl. I stayed with Fern and we talked more. She asked if I wanted to go with her. I said no. Just wanted to talk. She looked surprised. Asked why. I said I wasn't really into that. Just liked the conversation. She smiled. Said that was different. Most men didn't come to Walking Street just to talk. I paid her bar fine anyway. The owner wanted 500 baht to let her leave. I gave it to him. Told Fern we could just walk around, get food, whatever. She said okay. We left the bar, walked down to the beach, sat on the wall, watched the waves, talked for hours. She told me about her life. Her mother was sick. Diabetes, couldn't work anymore. Her father died 5 years ago. Motorcycle accident. Her younger brother was still in school. Fern was sending money home every month, keeping them afloat. She didn't have a choice. This was survival. I told her about my divorce, about the flat in Sutton Coldfield, about the warehouse, about how my life felt like it was on pause. She said she understood, said sometimes life just happens to you. You don't choose it. It chooses you. I saw her every night for the rest of my trip. Craig thought I was mad, said I was wasting my holiday on one girl. I told him I liked her. He said they all say what you want to hear. I said maybe, but I still liked her. On my last night, she asked if I'd come back. I said maybe. She said she hoped so, said she liked me. I was different, not like the other customers. I was kind, I listened. I treated her like a person. I said that was because she was a person. She teared up, said most men didn't see it that way. I gave her 2,000 baht, told her to take a few nights off. Rest. She said no. Too much. I said take it. She hugged me, said thank you. Said I was a good man. I flew home 2 days later. We stayed in touch. Line messages, photos. She'd tell me about her nights. I'd tell her about the warehouse. It was nice. Felt like I had someone to talk to again. Someone who got it. By March, I knew I was going back. Booked another 2 weeks. Craig said I was getting sucked in. I told him to mind his own business. When I got back to Pattaya in April, Fern met me at the bar. She was happy. Proper happy. We spent every night together. I'd pay her bar fine. We'd leave. Walk around, eat, talk. Sometimes we'd go back to my hotel. Sometimes we'd just sit on the beach. It didn't matter. I just liked being with her. One night, she told me her mother was getting worse. The diabetes was causing complications. She needed medication. Expensive medication. The hospital wanted 20,000 baht up front. About 450 quid. Fern didn't have it. She was trying to save, but it was hard. Every month, rent, food, sending money home. There was never enough left over. I asked how much she needed. She said she didn't want to ask. I said I was asking. She said 20,000 baht. I told her I'd send it. She said no. Too much. I said it wasn't too much. Her mother needed it. I wanted to help. She cried. Said I was too kind. Said she'd pay me back. I said don't be daft. Just take care of your mum. I sent the money that night. She showed me the receipt from the hospital 2 days later. Her mother's name. The medication. The amount. It looked real. I felt good. Felt like I was doing something that mattered. Over the next few months, I sent more. Her mother needed follow-up appointments. More medication. Tests. Each time Fern had asked quietly. Apologetically. Each time I'd send it. 1,000 quid here, 1,500 there, it added up. But I didn't mind. I was helping. That was what mattered. By July, I'd sent about 8,000 quid. Fern said her mother was stable. The medication was working, she was grateful. Said I saved her mother's life. I told her it was no big deal. She said it was everything. In August, Fern said she wanted to quit the bar. She hated it. Hated the customers. Hated the life. But she couldn't afford to quit. Needed the income. I asked what she'd do instead. She said maybe work in a shop. Or a restaurant. Something normal. Something she didn't have to lie about to her family. I asked how much she made at the bar. She said about 40,000 baht a month. About 900 quid. I did the math, I could send that. Help her quit. Give her a chance at a normal life. I told her I'd support her for 6 months. Give her time to find something else. She said no. Too much. I said I wanted to do it. She cried. Said I was changing her life. I thought I was her hero. I was just her income. By September, I'd sent another 12,000 quid. Monthly support. Her mother's ongoing treatment. A motorbike so she could get to job interviews. Clothes for interviews. Phone credit. Rent. Food. It kept adding up, but she'd quit the bar. She was applying for jobs. Sending me photos of applications. Telling me about interviews. It felt real. Felt like progress. Then one night, I was scrolling through Facebook. In a group called Pattaya Expats and Survivors. Someone posted a photo. A girl. The caption said, "Anyone know this girl? She scammed me for £12,000. Same story every time. Dying mother. Hospital bills. She called me her boyfriend, then ghosted me when I stopped sending money." The photo was Fern. Exact same girl. Same smile. Same eyes. Same everything. I stared at my phone. Heart pounding. Scrolled to the comments. Another guy commented, "Yeah, I know her. Fern. Got me for 15 grand. Mother's diabetes, said I was the only one helping her." Then another. "Mate, same. 10 grand from me. Thought I was special. Thought she quit the bar for me." 3 other men. Same girl. Same story. Same dying mother. I wasn't special, I was just another wallet. Another mug sending money for a mother who probably wasn't even sick. Let me tell you how it all fell apart. September was expensive. Fern needed first and last month's rent for a new apartment. Away from the bar area. Fresh start. 3,000 quid. Then she needed a deposit for a job training course. Hospitality management. 12,000 baht. About 270 quid. Then her mother had a setback. Needed to go back to hospital. Emergency visit. Another 15,000 baht. About 340 quid. I sent it all. Every time. Because she was trying. Really trying. She sent me photos of the apartment. Small. 1 bedroom. But clean. Hers. She sent me her course schedule. 3 evenings a week. Learning English. Customer service. She was building something. I was helping her build it. By October, I'd sent 23,000 quid. I checked my savings. It was lower than I liked. But not dangerous, I could keep going. Just a few more months. Then she'd be stable, have a job, be independent. Then the money'd stop. That's what I told myself. In November, her mother got worse. The diabetes had caused kidney problems. She needed dialysis 3 times a week. The hospital wanted payment up front for the first month. 60,000 baht. About 1,400 quid. Fern was panicking. Said if her mother didn't start treatment soon, she'd die. I sent the money same day. 2 weeks later, more dialysis costs. Another 50,000 baht. About 1,150 quid. Then medication to manage the kidney failure. 25,000 baht. About 570 quid. Then special dietary supplements the doctor recommended. 15,000 baht. About 340 quid. I was hemorrhaging money. But what could I do? Let her mother die? Stop halfway through treatment? No, I was in it now. Had to see it through. By December, I'd sent 34,000 quid. My savings account was looking thin. I had about 8 grand left. I told Fern I needed to slow down. She understood. Said she was so grateful. Said I'd already done so much. Said she'd find another way. 3 days later, she messaged. Her mother'd collapsed. Needed emergency surgery. The hospital wanted 80,000 baht up front. About 1,850 quid. If they didn't operate, she'd die. Fern was crying on video call. Begging. Please. I couldn't let her mother die. I sent it. Down to 6,000 quid in savings. Christmas was quiet. I worked through it. Extra shifts. Time and a half. Needed to rebuild my savings. Fern messaged every day. Thanking me. Telling me her mother was recovering. Telling me she loved me. I believed her. In January 2024, nearly a year after I met her, I was scrolling through Facebook. Bored. Late night. Couldn't sleep. I joined a few Thailand groups. Expat advice. Travel tips. That sort of thing. Mostly just lads sharing stories. Bar recommendations, visa questions. Usual stuff. Then I saw a post. Posted 20 minutes ago. Photo of a girl. Pretty. Smiling. I recognised her instantly. It was Fern. The caption said, "Anyone know this girl? Name's Fern. Works Walking Street. Got me for 12,000 quid over 6 months. Same story every time. Sick mother. Hospital bills. Diabetes treatment. She called me her boyfriend. Said I was different. Then when I stopped sending money, she ghosted me. Anyone else?" My chest went tight. I stared at the photo. Same girl. Same smile. Same Fern. I scrolled to the comments. 13 comments already. First comment. Mate, same. Fern from Lucky Star Bar. Got me for 10 grand. Mother's kidney problems, dialysis costs. Thought I was helping her quit the bar. She disappeared when the money dried up. Second comment. Damn, same girl. 15 grand from me. October through December last year. Mother's diabetes complications. Surgery costs. She said I was the only one who understood her. I'm in the UK now. She blocked me online 2 weeks ago. Third comment. Guys, Fern. Yes, I know her. 7 grand. Same story. Sick mother in Buriram. Hospital won't treat without payment. I sent money for 4 months. Then she said her mother died. Asked for funeral costs. I said no. She blocked me. I kept scrolling. More comments. More men. Different amounts. Same girl. Same story. Same sick mother. My hands were shaking. I put my phone down. Walked to the kitchen. Made tea. Sat down. Picked up my phone again. The comments were still there, still real. I counted. 8 men total in the comments, all sending money to Fern, all for her mother's medical treatment. Amounts ranging from 5,000 to 15,000 quid. Some overlapping with my timeline, some before, some during. I'd sent 34,000 quid. I thought I was special. I thought I was her boyfriend. Her real boyfriend. Not a customer. Not a punter. Real. But I was just number 9. Or maybe number 20. Who knew how many others there were who hadn't seen the Facebook post? I commented, "Mate, same girl. 34 grand from me. January 2023 through December. Mother's diabetes and kidney failure. Dialysis, surgery. She quit the bar. I was supporting her monthly. Thought I was helping her build a new life." Within 5 minutes, 3 men replied, all saying the same thing. "She got you good." One guy private messaged me. His name was Paul, from London. He said he'd sent Fern 12,000 quid. Same timeline as me. We were sending money to her at the exact same time. He thought he was her boyfriend. I thought I was her boyfriend. We were both paying for the same dying mother. Paul said he had screenshots, line messages from Fern, hospital receipts, photos of her mother. He sent them to me. I compared them to mine. Identical. Same hospital receipts, same mother's name, same amounts. She'd just changed the dates. I felt sick. Went to the bathroom, threw up. Came back. Kept reading. Paul said there was another guy in the group. Mark. From Australia. He'd gone to Pattaya in December to surprise Fern. Wanted to meet her mother. Thank her for raising such a wonderful daughter. When he got to the village address Fern'd given him, the house was empty. Abandoned. No one had lived there for years. He went back to Pattaya. Found Fern at Lucky Star Bar. Working. She saw him. Pretended not to know him. Walked straight past him. He confronted her. She said he was mistaken. She'd never met him. The other girls confirmed. Said he was crazy. He left. She blocked him. 12,000 quid. Gone. I sat there staring at my phone until 3 a.m. Reading, rereading, trying to make sense of it. But there was no sense to make. It was obvious. Crystal clear. Fern was a professional. This was her job. Not working the bar. Working us. The foreigners. The lonely men who thought they were special. The next morning I went through my line messages with Fern. Really went through them. Looking for clues I'd missed. And they were there. Everywhere. Messages sent at odd times. She'd message me at 10 p.m, say goodnight. Then I'd see she was online at 2 a.m. Who was she talking to? I thought maybe friends, maybe scrolling, but no. She was talking to the others. Paul, Mark, the other 7. Maybe more. Photos she sent me. At the hospital with my mother. I reverse image searched one. Found it on a Thai medical blog from 2019. Stock photo. Not her mother. Not even a real patient. Just a random photo she found online. Hospital receipts. I zoomed in. The dates were wrong. The amounts were in different handwriting. Photoshopped. I just hadn't looked close enough because I wanted to believe. Her mother's name. She'd told me it was Siraporn. I asked Paul what name Fern'd given him. He said Chanida. Different name, different mother. Same story. I'd been played completely. Thoroughly. Professionally played. I wanted to be angry. Wanted to rage. But mostly I just felt stupid. How did I miss it? How did I send 34,000 quid without checking anything? Without visiting? Without asking questions? Because I wanted it to be real. That's how. I messaged Fern. Said I needed to talk. She replied quickly. Said, of course. What was wrong? I said I saw the Facebook post. The one with her photo. The one where 8 other men said she scammed them. I said I wanted the truth. She went offline. Stayed offline for 6 hours. Then she came back. Said it wasn't true. Said those men were lying. Said they were angry customers who wanted more than she offered. Said they were trying to ruin her reputation. Said I knew her. I knew she wasn't like that. I sent her the screenshots, the messages from Paul, the receipts that didn't match. The timeline overlaps. The photo from 2019, I said explain this. She went offline again, this time for 2 days. When she came back, she said we needed to talk, face to face. She said she could explain everything. Said it wasn't what I thought. Said if I loved her, I'd come to Pattaya, hear her side, give her a chance. I booked a flight, not because I believed her, but because I needed to see her face. Needed to hear her say it. Needed to close this chapter properly. I flew to Pattaya 3 days later. Told Craig I was going. He said I was mental. Said let it go. I said I couldn't. Not yet. He understood. When I landed, I messaged Fern, said I was here. She said, meet her at Lucky Star Bar. 8 p.m, I said fine. I got there at 7:30, sat across the street, watched, waited. At 8, she showed up. But not alone. She walked in with a Thai bloke. Younger than me, maybe 30. His arm around her waist. Laughing. Comfortable. Familiar. I watched them sit at the bar. Watched her work. Smiling at customers. Waving at passing men. Like nothing had changed. Like I never existed. Like the 34,000 quid never happened. I walked across the street. Walked into the bar. She saw me. Her face went white. Time to get some answers. I walked up to the bar, stood right next to her. She looked at me. The Thai bloke looked at me. The other girls stopped talking. We need to talk, I said. She stood up. Said something to the Thai bloke in Thai. He nodded. Stayed sat. She walked outside. I followed. We stood on the street. Music blaring from every direction. People walking past. She lit a cigarette. Waited. How many? I said. How many what? How many of us were there? How many men were sending you money at the same time? She took a drag. Looked at me. No tears, no panic. Just calm. I don't know, maybe 10, maybe more. Your mother, the diabetes, the kidney failure, the surgery. Was any of it real? My mother's fine. She lives in Buriram. Healthy. I send her money from the bar. So it was all fake. Every hospital receipt, every photo. Every video call where you cried. She nodded. Yes, all fake. And him? I pointed inside to the Thai bloke. Boyfriend? Yes, 3 years. He knows about you. About all of you. He helps me sometimes. Takes photos for receipts. Drives me to meet you at airport. He doesn't care, this is business. I asked her why me. Why did she pick me? She shrugged. Said I looked kind. Said kind men send money longer. Said I had that look. Lonely. Wanting to help. Easy. I asked if any of it was real. Any moment. Any conversation. She thought about it. Said some of it was nice. Said I was nicer than most. But no, it was work, all of it. I stood there, wanted to shout, wanted to call her every name I could think of. But what was the point? She didn't care. This was just another Tuesday for her. Another foreigner figuring it out. She'd probably had this exact conversation 10 times before. I asked how much. Total. All of us combined. How much did we send you? She smiled. Not mean. Just honest. Enough to buy a house. Enough to live good. Enough to do this another 5 years and retire. I didn't see her again. Flew home 2 days later. She messaged once, said sorry. Said she needed the money. Said her family needed help. Said I was kind but naive. I blocked her. Paul from the Facebook group messaged me. Asked if I confronted her. I said yes. He asked what she said. I told him. He said at least she was honest in the end. I said that didn't make it better. He agreed. Mark, the Australian who went to the village, said he tried to report her to the police. They laughed at him. Said it wasn't illegal. She didn't force him to send money. He gave it willingly. No crime committed. He left Thailand and never went back. I'm back in Birmingham now. Back at the warehouse. Back to the same routine. Same streets. Same people. The flat feels the same. Empty. Quiet. But now my bank account matches. I told Craig. He didn't say I told you so. Just bought me a pint. Let me talk. That was enough. My savings are gone. 43 grand gone. I'm rebuilding. Slowly. Extra shifts. No holidays. No nights out. Just work and save. I think about it sometimes. How she ran the same scam on 10 men at once. Same script. Same dying mother. Same amounts. She was organised. Professional. Kept us all separate. None of us knew about the others until it was too late. That takes skill. Almost impressive if it wasn't my money. I wonder how much she made total. If I sent 43 grand and Paul sent 12, and Mark sent 12, and the others sent between 5 and 15, that's over 200,000 quid. Maybe more. Split with her boyfriend. Living well. No consequences. The Facebook group still posts about her, new victims every few months. Same story, same dying mother. We warn them. They don't listen. Because they think they're different. They think she's real with them. Just like I did. I learned something though. Learned that you're different is the most dangerous thing someone can say. Because it makes you ignore everything else. Ignore the red flags, ignore the inconsistencies, ignore your gut. You want to be different so badly that you make yourself blind. I also learned that some people are just better at lying than others are at spotting lies. Fern was world class. I was amateur hour. Simple as that. That's my story. 43,000 quid to a woman who had 9 other boyfriends at the same time. A mother who wasn't sick. And a Thai boyfriend who helped her Photoshop hospital receipts. The worst part, I saw the Facebook post, saw 8 other victims, read their stories. And I still flew to Pattaya to give her a chance to explain. Still wanted to believe. Even after all the evidence. Even after everything. That's how good she was. And how desperate I was to be special. And that was Trevor's story. 43,000 quid. 10 men. 1 dying mother who was perfectly healthy in Buriram. Trevor's not special. None of them were. They were just numbers. Wallets. Part of a system Fern perfected over years. The Facebook group still warns new victims. But they never listen. Because everyone thinks they're the exception. Everyone thinks their girl's different. Have you ever ignored obvious evidence because you wanted so badly to believe? Let us know in the comments. And if you've got a story from Thailand, we want to hear it. This is my Thailand stories. Trust your gut, not your heart.